What does it take to be a leader? I was playing football back in my high school career in Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis Central High School, one of the best high schools in the city of Memphis. I had transferred from George Washington Carver. It was the neighborhood school. That's the area that I grew up in, South Memphis, Riverside. And my mom was like, all right, after your freshman year, after your ninth grade year, you're transferring, you're going to another school. The community is going downhill. The school is going downhill. I don't think the neighborhood or the school has anything to offer you guys anymore. So fast forward, ended up going to Central High School my sophomore year. I did not play football because I was super mad at my mom for transferring me from the hood school to a school that I knew nothing about. Out of probably about 1,500 students there at the school, I maybe knew 3 or 4 people at the school. Um, again, fast forward, man, I was playing ball, getting ready to play football, but this was the end of my sophomore year going into my junior year, summertime. So I decided to finally, man, chuck it up, say, all right, I'm basically stuck here. Mom's made this decision. I set out my 10th grade year, wasted a year, not able to get that back. I'm definitely not wasting my junior and senior year. So summertime, we're doing tour days, man. We're practicing there at Central High School. And I remember the specific day, the coach was like, all right, we're getting ready to run a few laps around the school, around the block, and you're going to meet back here. So me being a transfer kid, I'm like, hey, man, I got a lot to prove. I'm coming over here. I'm trying to play. I'm trying to start. I'm already kind of like frustrated and mad about sitting out my sophomore year for being at a different school. So I'm like, man, I got this, man. Let's make it work. So the coach get ready to blow the whistle. I hop to the front of the line, big bad wolf. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I can lead this pack. Mind you, me being who I am, if you know me, I'm more of a sprinter and not a distance runner. So I get to the front of the line, like, yeah, man, I got this. This rock and roll. We ready, coach. Blow the whistle. Beep. I take off. I'm rolling. I got a nice little pace. Mind you, before we started, the coach and some of the players were like, hey, man, whoever's at the front, run at a nice pace, run at a nice speed, because everybody might not be able to catch up with you. So I completely ignored that part. I'm going straight off of pride, like ego. I'm like, yeah, man, I got something to prove. Nigga, I'm coming to play ball, and I'm not coming behind nobody. So coach blow the whistle, we take off. I got a good little pace. But me, again, being the sprinter, I'm rolling, pushing, pushing, pushing. Man, we get probably about 30 or 40 yards down the road. Man, I'm copping out. My lower back tightening up, my hamstring, my quads, everything is tightened up on me. I'm running. I turn around and look. Everybody like, man, slow down, slow down. They don't know I'm literally slowing down for real. So I slow down, man. Some of the other guys that's getting ready to kind of like, they got a nice pace going on. They passing me, passing. And man, when I tell you, I wasn't at the end, all right? I wasn't at the end, but I ended up falling towards the middle of the pack. Just put it like this. I wasn't where I started at when I finished. Man, I get done. We come around back to where we started at. Some of the guys like, man, Steph, you trying to get in the front, you trying to lead, man. You ain't even ready. You can't even run the whole time without stopping or slowing down. We told you not to start off too fast. Everybody wouldn't have been able to catch up with you. Man, this this on you. You ain't ready, bro. Mind you, I'm already the transfer person. So that was my first initial moment where it hit me when we got back around to where we started at, and I got my hands on my knees, hands on my head. I'm like, man, what the heck is that? Like, I've never ran that far or never ran that long a day in my life. But this when it hit me. To be a leader, you have to be able to confide and consult with the people that you're leading. To be a leader, like, you're gonna have moments where you have to be the big bad wolf and you have to lead the pack. But for the most part, when you got a lot of people that's behind you and a lot of people that you're leading, you have to have an open door policy, and you have to be able to have a listening ear to the people that you are leading, because if you're not able to do what you need to do as a leader and they don't see you fit, then somebody will potentially and eventually surpass you and now you're not the leader that you thought you was, or if you are a leader and you're leading from an egotistical perspective, then it may not work out for you. But that was the first time I realized what it took to be a leader, because yeah, I thought I had it all figured out. I thought I knew exactly what I was doing. And by the time, again, we got 30, 40 yards down that block, I realized, hey, man, I wasn't ready at that moment. I wasn't ready at that moment. All of my ego and my pride dropped down to the dropped down to the wayside, because it was irrelevant. It didn't matter, because a lot of the team members saw that I was the person that started it and I couldn't finish it. So in their eyes, I wasn't, fit to be a leader. But again, there was a stepping stone for me to say, all right, how can I come back better? How can I be more? How can I listen more? How can I confide more in the team and have a listening ear and make good decisions based off of that, but also based off of what I think as a leader as well. So to a lot of y'all that's out there that want to be leaders, man, just remember, sometimes you have to follow before you can lead, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right, take pride in it, and take ownership in being a follower before you can see what you need to lead, because you can either find out the hard way like I did, or you can just learn from other mistakes and become a better version and a better leader.